The United States has launched airstrikes targeting militants affiliated with the Islamic State in northwestern Nigeria after they targeted Christians.
A Palestinian man killed 2 Israelis in a car ramming and stabbing attack in northern Israel on Friday.
The United States has launched airstrikes targeting militants affiliated with the Islamic State in northwestern Nigeria. A video from the Sokoto state filmed on Thursday shows locals holding metal debris which appears to be part of a projectile. US President Donald Trump said the powerful and deadly strikes were carried out against Islamic State militants, targeting and viciously killing primarily innocent Christians. Analysts have said Nigeria's security crisis affects both Christians and Muslims. In a statement, Nigeria's foreign ministry said it had been given advance notice of the strikes and described them as part of ongoing cooperation with international partners to address the threat of terrorism and violent extremism. Some 130 children and teachers have been released Sunday after being kidnapped by gunmen from their Catholic school in Nigeria last month.
A Palestinian man killed 2 Israelis in a car ramming and stabbing attack in northern Israel on Friday. The assault began in Beit Hashan, where the attacker drove into pedestrians, killing 68-year-old Mordechai Shimshon and injuring a teenage boy. He then drove onto a highway and fatally stabbed 19-year-old Aviv Maor near Ein Horod. Paramedics declared both victims dead at the scene. A passerby shot the attacker, who was taken to the hospital in stable condition. Defense Minister Israel Katz ordered troops to target terrorist infrastructure in the attacker's West Bank hometown of Kabatia. President Isaac Herzog called it a horrific killing spree and pledged stronger border security.
A Russian drone struck Ukraine's Odessa for a second consecutive night, causing a fire to break out and damaging energy and port infrastructure. No injuries or fatalities were reported. The attack marks the second consecutive attack on the city, as Russia launched another overnight strike on port and industrial facilities a day prior, which had killed 1 person and injured 2 others. Lately, Moscow has intensified its campaign against Ukraine's critical infrastructure. However, it has also been a key strategy for Kyiv. On Thursday, Ukraine struck multiple targets in Russia, including an oil refining facility, a port, and a military airfield. Ukraine said it struck a major Russian oil refinery on Thursday using UK-supplied Storm Shadow missiles. The long-range drone strikes on Russian refineries aim to deprive Moscow of the oil export revenue it needs to pursue its full-scale invasion.
Uzbekistan's President Shavkat Mirziyoyev closed the year with a message of continuity and acceleration during his annual address to the parliament and the nation. For the first time in the country's history, he said GDP passed more than 123.25 billion euros, exports rose 23%, and foreign investment reached almost 37 billion euros. International rating agencies upgraded Uzbekistan's sovereign rating, cutting borrowing costs by hundreds of millions annually. On the world stage, Uzbekistan hosted major summits and signed new strategic agreements with the European Union, the United States, Japan, and its Central Asian neighbors.
Bundan 2 yil oldin O'zbekiston 2030 strategiyasini qabul qilganimizda yalpi ichki mahsulot hajmi 2030-yilgacha 160 milliard dollarga yetkazishni belgilab olgan edik. Bu marraga 2026-yilning o'zida bemalol erisha olamiz.
The president outlined 6 priority directions for 2026, focusing on Mahalla's technological growth, job creation, social protection, green development, and reforms in public administration and justice. The president of Uzbekistan announced 2026 as the year of Mahalla development and community prosperity. More than 715 million euros will be allocated to develop entrepreneurial infrastructure. Rushan Alakbarova, Tashkent, Euronews.